Welcome everybody to the year 2008. Only 10 days to go.
This bed is so hot I cannot get the covers off. They stick to me like leather seats in cars at 80,000 degrees.
So then, what interesting things happened in 2008? Or more accurately, things that were interesting to me that I might remember. Fidel Castro retired due to ill health from the presidency of Cuba. Ended his dictatorship. Was it a dictatorship though? Yeah, you can be judge of that. The movie Iron Man was released, which I understand is the first of the Marvel Cinematic Adventure movies. Usain Bolt broke the world record in the 100 meters, and he set a time of 9.72 seconds. Later on, he broke the world record at the 200 meters, doing it in 19 seconds and 19.30 seconds. And then that was at the Beijing Olympic Games, and he also, with the help of his teammates, broke the world record for the 4x100 meter relay. I didn't get a time for that one, but must have been pretty swift. SpaceX launched their first spaceship into orbit, the Falcon 1. Elon Musk was doing pretty well for himself then. Still is, I believe. Lewis Hamilton became world champion for the first time. This was in 2008, so he started driving in 2007 with McLaren and narrowly won the championship by 1 point at the last race of the season in Brazil. And of course he won it at the last race on the last corner, literally. He overtook a car on the last corner to come 5th place, which gave him just enough points to beat Felipe Massa, who won the race rather triumphantly. Felipe Massa won the race. Everybody cheered in the Ferrari, for Ferrari. Everybody in the Ferrari garage cheered. And then it was raining at this time. It just started raining with a couple of laps of the race to go. And Lewis was 6th at this time. And with coming around to the last corner, the car in front of him, that was 5th, slowed down, had a bit of trouble with grip. And Lewis, being pretty damn good in the wet, overtook him, come 5th place, and suddenly he was world champion. And the other big story of 2008 is Barack Obama became the first black president of the United States of America. I was excited, and I think everybody I know was excited by this. I know America was excited by this, or a lot of Americans were excited by this. He did pretty well in his first presidency. Not a lot changed in the second presidency, and the country seemed to have stayed rather stagnant during this presidency, though. I didn't see very much improvement of lives and so on. So anyway, I'm not a political person, and you can discuss it yourselves in the space below if you want to. A few people passed away that year that I recognise, including Heath Ledger. The actor, he played the Joker in the Batman movie. He was only 28, so I believe it was a substance overdose. Roy Scheider died that year. I didn't actually realise he was dead. I thought he was still alive. So must be somebody else looks like him that I've seen about. Arthur C. Clarke, the futurist, novelist, scientist, all that. He invented the idea of geostationary satellites. I think. I could be wrong about that. I haven't checked. Estelle Getty passed away that year. She was one of the Golden Girls in the American sitcom The Golden Girls. Betty Page passed away that year. She was 85, I believe. Mitch Mitchell also passed away that year. He was the drummer for Jimi Hendrix and Jimi Hendrix Experience. So that's all three of them gone by then. Other big names to go that year included Charlton Heston, Isaac Hayes, George Carlin, Paul Newman, and Eartha Kitt, everybody's favourite Catwoman. So 2008 was a pretty big year for me, because that's the year that I moved out of Bradford and into Ilkley to be closer to work, save myself, £80 a month on public transport. So that was a saving. Unfortunately, most of that saving was eaten up by rent, because the rent at the flat I'm at now was slightly bit more than the one I was at, but the offset for the travel sort of covered it. So yeah, I'm doing all right. It's fine. Also in 2008, Mum and Dad and I went to Uganda again for 3 weeks. They decided that they could take me along this time, so just me dragging along. So yeah, that was a good time. No problem with our passports or anything. It was all sorted, all fine. Spent most of the 3 weeks we had there going around visiting relatives that I hadn't seen, because a lot of them I hadn't seen the last time we were there, which was 3 years previous. And so it was basically just going around visiting the relatives, saying hi, you know, acknowledging that we still exist and all that. It was also the first full year that I had the MacBook Pro. So basically, as from a photography point of view, I was now entirely digital. I was using a Canon EOS 30D by then. I'd upgraded from a 10D, so I went from a very good but slightly slower camera to a very good, slightly quicker camera. And using the computer, the MacBook, it's all very easy to process the images. Photoshop elements works perfectly fine for me. And yeah, so anyway, here's a few pictures I took while I was in Uganda in 2008, which is also the year that I turned 40. I'm getting old already, wow. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.